Hello, Big Show nerds. Thank you for watching your Nerd News headlines. I'm Dustin, bringing you all the news for November 5th, 2019. In this episode, we've got a couple of things to talk about in streaming news. We have updates on quite a few sequels over in movies, and a really interesting piece that's kind of tied into gaming. All of that and more after the intro. So let's jump into TV news. TV streaming is quick. First thing we have is an interesting announcement about the Peacock streaming service. So the NBC Universal streaming service that is called Peacock is going to have a free option that is set in stone. They're not toying with it like Netflix has said in the past and like Hulu has said in the past. Hulu kind of sort of has a free option, but is kind of broken. It's not really free. You get like an episode of a series or whatever. So this is going to be full on all access to everything on the Peacock streaming service for free because it's ad supported, kind of like television. Weird. So I feel like this is going to be the thing that makes Peacock viable. And this is going to be the thing that keeps them in the game against Amazon and Netflix and Disney specifically. Disney is going to be the big powerhouse because theirs is like $5 a month, I think. So that's going to be the price to beat, and the best way to do that is free. Yes, ads kind of suck, and yes, we all wish we could avoid them, but we can't all afford, $150 to subscribe to all of our streaming platforms of choice. So a lot of people have to pare down what they want to subscribe to because, they have a crap day job and they make pizzas for a living, something like that. So, since that's the case, I feel like everyone should have an ad-supported option. This shouldn't even be a question. You should be able to sell ads because that's how TV survives. And if TV has survived for 100 years, give or take, then streaming should also have a similar model, and the premium option is the one that I'm subscribing to. I can watch without ads. I can whatever that premium option looks like. So I think this is brilliant. I think Peacock is going to go far because of this idea. The next piece we have, and the only other piece we have in TV streaming, is also a streaming piece. Disney Plus has announced that their model for their streaming service is going to be rather different from Amazon and Netflix in that once they get a property on their streaming platform, because they're at least limiting, from what I've read, they're not doing licensed deals, but at the very least, if that goes south, then they're going to be limited with the license deals that they have. All of the stuff that's on their service is going to stay on their service. It's not going to rotate out on this monthly basis like Amazon and Netflix do. Once Cinderella is on the platform, Cinderella's on the platform. Once whatever Fox movies find their way onto that platform, it's just on the platform. So no word yet as to whether or not this idea is going to be adapted over to Hulu, since they are the majority shareholders for that platform, but it would make sense that they would be working towards that because assuming it goes well for them on the Disney Plus app. So that's all we have in TV streaming. Now we're talking about movies, and pretty much all of movies is going to be updates on things we've been talking about for the last few episodes. So first off is a follow-up to Hocus Pocus 2. All three of the Sanderson sisters, according to Sarah Jessica Parker herself, have agreed to the movie. So it will be a full and proper sequel. As far as the other characters in the movie, the other actors, no word yet. No word whether or not those characters are actually going to factor into the plot. So we do have the Sanderson sisters, though, and I feel like that's probably the most important part. Thackeray Binks is gone back to heaven, and I can't remember the kid who lights the black flame candle. He served his purpose. The only other one that kind of makes sense to come back would be the girl, because all of the really interesting internet rumors that she's also a witch, and that's why the book responds to her, and so on and so forth. It's an interesting theory. Go look it up. Anyway, so that's what we've got there. Fantastic Beasts 3 is the next piece we're talking about, and the delay is almost officially over. They just announced that they will be going to film in Rio De Janeiro this spring. So that we can count on again for 2022. Or 2021 rather, sorry. So they're filming and they're doing everything in 2020, so it'll be out in 2021. Spider-Verse, there was an announcement that yes, the sequel will be going into production very soon, and we will be seeing it. The announcement was that the release date for it will be April 8th, 2022. Huge deal. Joaquim Dos Santos will be directing the untitled sequel, so the sequel has yet to be titled, and Dave Callaham is the one who wrote the script. And the Dos Santos, I couldn't find a whole lot on him, but Dave Callaham, he wrote the 2005 version of Doom, that movie with The Rock. He also wrote all three Expendables movies. He wrote Zombieland Double Tap. He's got some nerd cred going on, so it'll be really cool to see what happens with that. And then next is another update on Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3 has officially been confirmed that they will be going into production in 2021, so early in 2021 if I remember correctly, and the movie will be released in 2022, and that leads us to a rumor which we're going to save for the rumor mill. And then our final piece in movies is Hideo Kojima. That's right, the man behind Metal Gear and PT wants to start making movies now that he has his own studio and has been making his own IPs, still specifically in the realm of video games, which again we'll talk about in the video games section, but he also wants to start making movies. He did an interview just last week where he was talking about the things he wants to do with his new production company, and whatever that crazy mind puts out should be embraced en masse by everyone. And now let's talk about the rumor mill. This rumor mill is the shortest rumor mill we've ever had since starting the rumor mill, because we've done the longest. Now we've got the exact opposite just a few episodes later. We only have one rumor to discuss, and it's kind of sort of confirmation rumor to another rumor we discussed about a month ago. So Ant-Man 3, right? We know that that's happening. We've gotten the confirmation from all kinds of places, not the least of which being some of the actors involved. Well, this rumor has to do with the Fantastic Four being announced and or teased in the Ant-Man 3 movie, because what the rumor says is that they will be introducing the concept of the negative zone in Ant-Man 3, which then, if you remember, we talked about the rumor was for Fantastic Four was that they have been stuck in the negative zone since the 70s, and they will be coming out in 2022, which is a big difference. So it's going to be this fish out of water type thing with the Fantastic Four, and then once they get into their own movie, that's going to be the main theme of the story, is that they are just out of their time. They don't know what things are. That, hilarity ensues, if you will. So I really feel like this is a brilliant way to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU, and this is also a brilliant way for us to see the new Fantastic Four in at least some sort of really quick tease at the end of Ant-Man 3, because presumably the storyline of Ant-Man 3 is going to deal with the negative zone as a vehicle through which the villain, does villainous things. But it could just be teased, and then we get the little bit at the end. It's still rumors. We don't know, but that's what we've got for rumors, and aren't they just so juicy? And that does it for this episode of your Nerd News Headlines, nerds. For more in-depth conversation on these nerdy bits, plus we go into gaming and music and comic books over on my personal YouTube channel, Generally Nerdy. You can check out all of that, and I do so much more than just a news show on there. So go over there, check that out. But while you are here on the Big Show Entertainment Network, definitely don't forget to subscribe, because we do have those 2 contests running right now, one of which is coming to an end soonish, the Star Wars one, where you can win a lightsaber. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on all of the Big Show Entertainment media platforms, and tune in next time for all that's happening across the nerd world.